What's good, family? Today we're going to be talking about MK Ultra. Now, I had originally recorded a video yesterday talking about this subject, but I didn't feel like it was well put together. I felt like I could have said a lot more. I felt like there was a lot of information that I left out, so I want to try to remake this video to the best of my ability and give you guys some more information as well as more examples. So I might re-upload the video after the fact. Let me just see how this one goes, and then if I feel like it, I'll probably post that one. But a couple of things I gotta say before I start this video. Number one, this is all based off my opinion. This is the information that I've gathered through research, through talking to others, through movies, through videos that I've seen. So this is just all based off my perception, how I see things. So it's all gonna be unique to me. You may perceive things differently, you may interpret things differently, so keep that in mind. If you disagree, or if you have any opinions, or if you have any ideas or any thoughts or anything that you feel like I left out, feel free to comment it down below. That's what it's there for. And with that being said, the last thing, what exactly is MK Ultra? Because I know a lot of people are going to watch this video and they're going to be like, what is MK Ultra? Is that like a Mortal Kombat game or something? Like, what is that? MK Ultra, let me tell you, it's very real. And it's being used every single day, and we just don't realize it. And I want to give you guys some examples so that you are more aware of the tricks and the manipulation and the gaslighting that's being played on us every single day. That didn't really answer your question. So what is MK Ultra, right? What is MK Ultra? MK Ultra is a government experiment that was ran in the 1950s, and they would run these experiments on military soldiers, army soldiers, and it was a lot was there was a lot of psychedelics used, and essentially the goal of this experiment was to control somebody, mind control, and there was different tactics of doing that, through fear. Because we all know what is the best way to control somebody: through fear, through intimidation, through trigger words. They may, do hypnosis, black magic. There's so many different things that go into it. A lot of things that I can't quite talk about on here, and a lot of things that, I'm not gonna lie, that I don't have enough information to really speak on. So I'm only gonna share with you guys what I know, what I've gathered so far. So with that out of the way, in layman's terms, MK Ultra is manipulating somebody to do something. We'll just simply put, so everybody can understand. So let's talk about some examples of MK Ultra. What is first example for MK Ultra? First example would be, well, we work a job every single day that we don't want to work at. Most of us work jobs that we want no business a part of. Most of us work jobs where it feels like it's a drag. It feels dreadful going in. It feels emotionally, spiritually, physically draining. It's physically demanding. We work jobs. We work for people that we don't really like. We put on a mask every day when we talk to people, when we talk to certain individuals. So yeah, going to a job is MK Ultra. Now, why is it MK Ultra? Because we are being taught to go to work, right? We're being taught, this is what we're indoctrinated. We're taught to work a job. What is a job? Just over broke. So essentially, what they want us to be is a worker, work for somebody else. They want us to work for somebody else's dreams. They want us to work our asses off 40 hours a week just to make somebody else's dreams come true. If you ask me, that is MK Ultra. Now, let's think of another example of MK Ultra. We got to take you back to your childhood. Let's take you back to your early childhood, because this is where a lot of the manipulation, a lot of the gaslighting, this is where a lot of the indoctrination, the programming, because when you're a kid, you're an open vessel, so you soak up everything you see. So let's think about when you're a kid, right? Have you ever been told to stop talking? Don't talk after me. Don't talk back to me. Don't talk unless I tell you to talk. Have you ever been told those things? Now, have you ever been in a situation where you've been picked on, you've been teased, somebody's been making fun of you, or somebody's trying to, confront you, and you feel like you can't speak up for yourself, you feel like you don't have a voice. That is MK Ultra. You're being mind controlled. You're being held back from using your voice, because from a child you were repeatedly told not to talk back. So that is a form of MK Ultra. Another form of MK Ultra, if you are scared of the dark. I don't know if you guys have ever had siblings where they put you in a closet in the dark, or they lock you in a room in the dark. I'm guilty of this. I was an asshole. I locked my little brother in the basement in the dark. I've done some fucked up shit, but this is when I was very young, and it happened to me too. So, and I will admit, I was afraid of the dark growing up. I always thought like there was something in the corner, there was some figure that I felt like it was there, but you know, whenever my mom or dad come in, they tell me it wasn't there, things like that. But that is a form of MK Ultra, being afraid of the dark. You know, because that is traumatizing to you. That is intimidating, being locked in a room and not knowing what is inside that room. Let's think of another form of MK Ultra. Let's think about women, for example, right? Let's say you're hanging out with a woman and you guys are having a conversation, and somehow, some way, the word sex is brought up in the conversation. Now, the word sex is a trigger word, because what that does to you, what that does to your spirit, it puts you in a lustful spirit. Now you're in a lustful mind state. Now you're like, you know, you're like a dog. You're in your lustful state. You're trying to chase this piece of ass, all because she said sex, you know? So that is a form of MK Ultra. Trigger words. I don't know if you guys remember the movie Get Out, but in the scene where they were taking a picture of the people, and the flash from the camera made the dude conscious, aware again. It took him out of the sunken place. It put him back in his vessel again. That is another form of MK Ultra. That is a trigger of MK Ultra. Correction. That is a trigger of MK Ultra. Now we got to talk about trigger words, right? Actually, let's backtrack. Let's give you another example of MK Ultra. So this is me using myself as an example, right? When I was a kid, I was scared shitless of keys jiggling. Every time I heard this, for whatever reason, I subconsciously thought there was a dog chasing me. And I would like look around the room, I would be flustered, I would try to look for, you know, a place to run. That is a form of MK Ultra. Intimidation, fear, subconsciously being in that fear mind state, being placed in that fear, in that fear level, you know? That is a form of MK Ultra. So we got to talk about trigger words now. Trigger words. Every single word that you think of, you imagine something, right? Now let's say that you had a negative experience and it's attached to a certain word. For an example, all right? Let's say I get into a plane accident, or that's not realistic because I wouldn't be alive. Let's say I get into a car accident, right? Now every time after the fact, after the car accident, after the trauma, after, you know, going through therapy and whatnot, and, you know, this, that, and the third, every time I hear the word car, I immediately think about the trauma. I immediately think about what happened to me. That is a form of MK Ultra, right? Now, you got to keep in mind, a lot of it has to do with repetition, right? We are repeatedly told these things. We repeatedly tell ourselves things. We repeatedly look at things. We repeatedly see things. And all these things that we're soaking up with our eyes are being fed to our subconscious mind. So you have to keep that in mind. Let's use another example, right? Let's use Mike Tyson as an example. In boxing, right? When Mike Tyson was a kid, when he first started boxing, his trainer used to tell him every single day, you are going to be a savage. You are going to dominate in the ring. You are going to kill in the ring. You're going to be a beast in the ring. Your jabs are going to strike. Nobody's going to bring you down. Nobody can touch you. Now, think about it. Imagine being told those things every single day by your trainer. Those words, those thoughts are being fed to your subconscious mind. So over time, you're going to believe those things. right? Let me stay on track here. So Mike Tyson believes that. So every time he goes in the ring, and I don't know if his trainer snaps his fingers or his trainer does something, says a trigger word, that's when he embodies that beast. That's when he embodies that nobody can fuck with me mentality. That is a form of MK Ultra, right? Give you guys another example. I don't know if you guys have ever watched WWE as a kid. If you guys remember the wrestler Umaga, rest in peace Umaga. He was a big fat guy, face tattoos, box braids, Samoan wrestler. He had a special move, right? And his ringside manager would take a stick and he would snap the stick. And when he would snap the stick, Umaga would go crazy. He would go on a rampage. He would start fucking shit up. He would start destroying people. That is a form of MK Ultra. So hopefully I've drilled it in your head by now. Hopefully you have a better understanding of what MK Ultra is. I'll give you guys one more example. Why not? So let's talk about, this is a fun little example that I just came up with in my head. So let's say that we go to school with each other and we see each other in the hallway every single day, right? And every single time I walk past you in the hallway, I go like this and I'll make you flinch, right? Now, I do that for a week straight. The 8th day, the day that we see each other, right? You see me in the distance and we walk past each other, or excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I'm trying to drive and I'm trying to talk. Let me slow down, Tomas. Just slow down. You don't need to rush the video. Just slow down. Stay calm. All right. Here we go. So let's say that on that day, you see me from a distance in the hallway. And in your head, you're like, you know what? I'm not going this way because I don't want him to walk past me and do this because I don't want to flinch. So what do? You redirect. You go in a different direction. You go a different route. That is a form of MK Ultra. Now, why? Because I repeatedly made you flinch every single day. And now I put you in a point where you're scared. You don't want to go down the hallway anymore. So what do? You redirect yourself. You go in a different direction. So you are subconsciously looking for a way out. You're subconsciously looking for a different approach, you know? So that is a form of MK Ultra. So those are all my examples. I hope I was able to make somebody understand what MK Ultra was, or is, rather. I hope I'm able to help you better understand just what goes on in the world. MK Ultra is being used every day. Magic is being used every day. We're all being placed under a big spell, and it's time to wake up, man. It's time to wake up. So hopefully I woke somebody up. Hopefully somebody is able to resonate with this message. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys left this video motivated, inspired, or a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Peace.